Mark, your team probably individually or just the collective looks different than they did a few months ago when you guys finished up, and so I just wonder kind of what's this process like for you, and then also for the players who seem to sort of embrace the ever-changing nature of the team.
Yeah, they were great today. I was, impressed with the level of juice and enthusiasm coming back in the gym. And we're just trying to stay very open, see where everybody's starting point is, see where people have improved. Some guys look stronger, some guys look more confident. There was a lot of rust today. It was the first day of, 5-on-5 practice, so that's to be expected, but trying to stay really open and kind of assess where we're at, and we'll learn more every day as we navigate the training camp.
How much does the continuity help, though, in the sense that, like, when you guys were finished up in late June, everybody that's coming back here, you kind of were able to talk to and have a plan for what they were going to do in the summer, and then to kind of see that come to fruition here?
Yeah, it really helps your practice run smoothly. The continuity of players and the continuity of staff. There's just a lot of corporate knowledge at this point, and so we don't skip steps when it comes to the introduction of our concepts, and want to make sure we're crossing the T's, but at the same time, they pick it up pretty quickly. They know the vernacular. It's a very helpful thing, and now we need to figure out how to leverage that. There's no guarantee that translates to any sort of on-court success, but it certainly helps in the build-up.
What have you learned about Nikola up to this point, just with the data points that you've gotten with Summer League and now practice?
He did a good job today. He's the thing I always go back to with him is his maturity. He's shown an immense amount of maturity for a young person. He's got great awareness of self, awareness of the team, awareness of the score in the game. But at the same time, the goal of the camp, the way we've always approached it, is try to build an identity, emphasize the fundamentals and the habits that will ladder up to that identity, and get ourselves collectively ready for an 82-game season, and let the individual roles and individual players kind of emerge from that process. So it's not an evaluation camp. It's a camp to get ready, to get the team ready for the season. And through that process, we'll find where everybody's starting point is, and we'll go from there.
Coach, I asked Chet yesterday, I asked Kason just a minute ago, what is harder, or I guess, what seems more daunting, winning your first championship or repeating?
I mean, the only thing that's daunting right now is just, day 2 of training camp. We really try to approach it like that. This is an ambitious team. Like inside that locker room, they have goals. They speak openly about them. But when we come into the team setting, I think part of our job is to create an environment where everybody can be really present and just attack the day that's in front of them. And, all those goals are great, but you can't accomplish any of them in October. And the only thing we can accomplish on October 1st, or what's today's?
September 30th.
Yeah, whatever month it is. The only thing you can accomplish on September 30th is today's practice, and you can't win anything, can't win a game, you can't win a playoff series on September 30th, but you can set yourself back if your head's in the clouds, and so we're just trying to stack good days as we've always tried to do.
Mark, how much has AJ Mitchell grown from last year at this point?
He's grown physically. He looks bigger. I don't think he's gained a ton of weight, but I think he's transferred a lot of muscle, because he looks great physically, and he's in great shape coming in. And so he's done a great job from when he got here. He had a great September in training camp last year, so much so that he got himself on the court. Then he got hurt. He handled his rehab with great maturity, as I mentioned, the toe. And then he got great work in coming out of that rehab in the playoffs and leading into the summer. Was impressive in Summer League, was impressive in September, and he's done everything that he's needed to do in terms of being in shape and positioning himself well to have a really good camp.
What kind of potential do you see in him as a defender?
We think he can be, a plus defender. I'm not sure he's going to be Dort, but he's not below average. I think he might have been last year just on like age, experience, strength. But I think as the experience catches up, and as the strength catches up, he's going to be pretty good on that end. And the biggest thing is he's a competitor. He competes on that end, and that's so much a defense. It allows you to maximize your physical capabilities, and he's definitely got that.
What's some of the advice that you offer to Porter Moser and his staff?
I try not to, it's less about advice. I mean, it's more of a collaboration. I'm interested in their world. They have different experiences, and we can learn from them, just like they can learn from us. I, appreciate the interest that they're taking to come up here. We're always humbled by that, and they've been great supporters as long as Porter's been the coach at OU.
Anyone else? Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Coach.
Yep.